for sure. They're babies. So, Weston, speaking of babies, what's your topic?
So my topic tonight is a little bit lighter, okay? It's a lot of times I come in with some of the more serious topics or what to discuss. Tonight's going to be a very light one. You see, I was actually
babies are light.
Okay, so I was just flipping through some of my old notes, and I came across an old file where, for a talk that I was doing for a youth ministry one time, I covered a bunch of dumb laws, okay? So I was wondering, what are some of the dumbest laws you guys have heard about? It can be just in the States, it can be international. I don't really care. I got some that are just from the States because they're the easiest for me to get in and compare, because I actually have a better mental understanding of like where everything's geographically located, so you understand just how dumb some of the stuff is.
Yeah.
Like one of them that really got me was, okay, for those of you who know where Tennessee is located, do you realize you're not allowed to actually shoot any wild game from a moving truck except for whales? You're allowed to shoot whales from a moving truck in Tennessee.
I want to.
Now,
I want
a
to
landlocked
for this.
Is that a whale in a
State?
literal sense, or is that a whale as in like you just see someone walking down the street who's like a little larger than normal?
We're talking like
Darcy blows.
legitimate whales in Tennessee. You can
Oh, it's a big one.
Else.
Oh, it's Jordan.
Crikey.
Well, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a dumb law. It has no place. They might as well just say no shooting from a moving truck. When instead they gave a caveat that makes no sense.
You know why they did that?
Trigger it.
I know why they did that. And so when the second flood inevitably happens because global warming is causing the ice caps to melt.
Okay.
Tennessee will be underwater, but you can go up into the Smoky Mountains over there in Tennessee, right? So you can drive in the Smoky Mountains, and when a whale comes in because it's all flooded, then you're allowed to shoot it, and that's your food. I mean, Waterworld is going to happen, Weston.
Oh, okay. So they're thinking down the line.
They're thinking way in the future when Waterworld 2 comes out. That's what's going to happen.
Or what if you drive by like a water park and there's a fake whale? Does that say it has to be a real whale?
It actually just says you can only shoot whales.
Well,
from
I
a
know where
moving
I'm going
truck.
to go in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, so what's your definition of a whale? Like I said, if you just see like some, this is going to get me in so much trouble. Like you see some huge lady at a water park or something.
Okay. So, I don't know. I have others. Like in West Virginia, it's illegal to whistle underwater.
Can you whistle underwater?
No. You need air. And you need to be able to pass air. And also, water is going to dampen the sound. You're not whistling underwater. I'm guessing it's because people tried to whistle underwater and drowned.
Well, all of these things happen because some, here we go, Tim, moron did something stupid.
Get that on the list, Tim.
Like, what's that one? I don't know if it's like North Dakota or South Dakota or something like that. The one where it's illegal to walk over state lines with a duck on your head.
Now, what if it's a real or fake duck? Like, what if?
Real, I assume.
Okay,
We
like you can get a
assume.
fake duck hat.
Now we're going into what's what here, like the
Exactly.
specifics
That's
of what's real
semantics.
and what's not semantics. So
That's
let's
true.
stay out of that one.
Some of these laws are ducking stupid.
That was terrible.
That
wasn't
really was
even a
bad.
good
Even
one.
I think that was really bad, okay? Even I would not think
I'm
that low,
disappointed
Jordan.
Like,
I'm disappointed.
you telling me that shows like intelligence?
No,
Weston?
that was not
Are you
a
joking?
pun. That was crap, okay?
All right, at least you admit that part. But what was it? Is it Alaska where you can't push
A moose
a dead moose out of a moving airplane?
Actually, it's just any moose.
I thought it was dead specifically because that means you can push a live one.
Also, at the same time, you're also not allowed to view moose from a moving airplane.
How does
So
that?
if you
On the
see one,
ground.
you're just like, oh!
Exactly. It's
Can
part of the law,
you imagine the pilot having to do that?
right?
Like, where do these? I just want to know the stories of why these laws are laws.
The second
more-
one,
Oh, go
the
ahead.
plane up in the air, seeing a moose on the ground.
You're not allowed to view moose from a plane. Like, I don't. I'm guessing it's because some people were probably low flying and were
I
just
think-
going around watching moose.
What is the
that
penalty?
pilot
Well,
really
they
likes
could-
moose.
Well, they could use
You're
it
not
as
allowed to
like
fly.
hunting tactics. Say, hey, I just
See,
flew
that's-
like about
yeah.
a mile. Hey, there's a moose right there.
That's what I was going to get into. Is
Like
you can use
spotters?
it for-
Spotters.
Yeah.
I can
Yep.
see that, but
That's
like,
all I
say
can
how
you-
often that's going to happen?
Say
is-
you're flying and you see a moose or a flock of meese in the wild. What is the penalty? Like, do you have to just crash the plane right then? Like,
you
you're
see
done?
You see
Yeah,
a moose,
yeah.
straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Believe it or not, straight to jail.
Dry chicken.
So
You shoot an animal out of a moving vehicle in Tennessee, straight to jail. You
One
shoot
eye
whale,
open,
not
straight to jail. Two eyes open, straight to jail.
So, those are a few of them that I've got so far. I've got more, but I want to see. Do you guys have any that you know of that's
So-
just like
Is
strike
there
as stupid?
one? Is there one in like the Dakotas, like native, like if 4 like Native Americans are together, like they're classified as like a war party, so you can shoot at them or something like that?
Wait, what?
No, seriously, I've
No,
heard this.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
that
there
a
is
thing?
one of
Yeah.
them.
Is that a
Seriously.
thing?
Yeah.
Seriously, I want to say like South Dakota or North Dakota. It's like a
I-
stupid law. I'm like, who came up with that?
I
didn't
think
either.
it's South
I think
Dakota,
that's
but
that
I
would
might be wrong.
That's very racist nowadays.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I just
I don't think that is like a law that can exist anymore.
Well,
So-
it's South Dakota, so
Anything flies in South Dakota.
Yeah.
No, so I
Meth,
forget
we're
what,
on it.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I forget what state, and I forget exactly, every detail of this law, but I remember hearing that in one state, it is illegal for a man with a mustache to kiss a woman in public on Sundays, or something like along those lines. Like, there's just so many steps involved. I forget what
That may have been Minnesota. It was somewhere close, I think.
was it.
It was
So
either
you know
that
what,
or Missouri.
you know what I'm talking about then.
Yes.
Like,
I know
there's a
exactly what you're
law
talking about.
where it's something in that line, where it's like a man with a mustached man cannot kiss a woman in public on Sundays, but like any other day, it's fine. Or on Sundays, if you don't have a mustache, it's okay. And I want to know where they came up with this. I mean, it's almost like the politicians were just bored. They're sitting at their, they're like, well, we got to pass 3 laws by the end of the week. What are we gonna
Crazy
do?
thing.
Gotta get our
probably
commission
happened,
up.
like 500 years ago, and it's just weird.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do you have any old ancient laws, Weston, like in England? You
Well,
have
I
any of
kept
those
it
old
inside
ones?
the United States, like I said.
Okay.
I found a whole list, and I can go through some of these, and they're fun.
Yeah, go through some of them.
Well, I
Wes
I was going
has
to
one of
say,
those, too.
Alabama, confetti's illegal.
it's true.
I appreciate that one actually. It's so hard to clean up.
It really is.
It sucks.
Wait, so like when the football team's down there, if they ever win a big bowl game, or they can't shoot off confetti?
They
Yeah,
shoot
it's
off
actually
No
illegal.
way. That's
Well,
terrible.
Think, whenever Alabama's college football team wins something, it's usually
The national
played in Atlanta
championship.
or somewhere else.
That's true. That's
They
fair.
don't ever win something at their own stadium.
That's
Isn't
fair.
that like bad for the environmental like animals and stuff too? Like
Yeah.
confetti wise, that might be part
you
of the
can
reason.
use like
but
biodegradable paper or something,
I mean, here's another one. Chico, California, no nuclear bombs.
God dang it! There goes my plan.
Right?
just in this part of California, just
in
the
that
city.
county? County or
Or
city?
another fun one. If you go to Alabama, you're actually not allowed to wear a mustache if it's going to make somebody laugh in a church. It's
I am
literally
so
like that.
growing out like a handlebar mustache or something.
Like literally, if you go into a church and make somebody laugh while wearing a fake mustache, it is illegal.
Oh,
Straight to
fake
jail.
mustache.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
It has to be a fake
You gotta
mustache,
wear those
and it has to
stupid
make somebody
The
laugh
glasses with
in
the
a
nose.
church.
Yeah. Everyone just walks into a church like that.
You get the whole congregation.
If you get a little kid laughing or something, straight to jail.
Yeah,
Straight
seriously.
to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
God, there's another one. I forget the state.
Overcooked fish, straight to jail.
Undercooked-
Undercooked chicken, straight to jail.
Overcook, undercook. No, so that's like, I forget the state, but there's one where it's like it's illegal to tie your giraffe to a lamppost, and
And leave it.
Yeah.
I was going to say one for here. I mean, here in Spirit Lake, the biggest lakes in Iowa, but I don't see anyone necessarily surfing. Like, yes, there's wakeboarding, but no surfing. You cannot drunk surf in Iowa.
Just like you can't hunt
we
the
ever
whales in Tennessee, right?
Gotten
Or
a
anything
wave
but
big enough
whales.
to surf on.
I mean, if there is one big enough, you should probably be inside because it's a giant severe thunderstorm. But
Or an earthquake of some sort.
Tsunami and Big Spirit.
Jordan, we told you to stay in the boat.
Like we're saying, it had to have happened because there's a law for it.
Yeah.
You hear that, or I just did a cannonball.
It's no wonder Spirit.
Huge wave.
Here's a fun one. In the state of Washington, if two trains come to a crossroads, neither of them can go until the other is passed.
Hold up.
That's how it
Neither
is
can
written.
go
That's what we
until
call a stalemate.
You sure that's not Canada?
Stalemate.
the- You know what that just
No,
reminds
that's
me of?
Washington. The state of Washington.
That reminds me of that scene in The Office, where they're all pointing the finger guns at each other. They
Yeah.
can't move.
Yep.
Like that's all I think of. There's like the finger
I've got
guns.
crossbows.
Yeah. Everyone lower your guns. I have crossbows. Okay, lower your weapons.
Massachusetts, there cannot be any explosive golf balls.
Oh, that would be
There's
dope,
no fun.
dude.
That
Can
would
you
actually be
imagine?
Pretty cool.
Wasn't that an Assassin's Creed thing? An explosive golf ball?
Golf
Explosive
balls?
golf
I think
balls
it was
in Assassin's Creed.
explosives, but
Was it Assassin's Creed or
Assassin's
Just
Creed?
Cause? One of the two.
It had to be just. There's
It
no
had
way.
to be Just
There's
Cause.
no way Assassin's Creed has golf balls. Dude. Think about when
Tiger
those take
was
place.
just out in the middle, just hitting golf balls around that explode.
American Revolution. George Washington's up on top of a hill. Ford, take that, you stupid redcoat. Oh, I got his horse.
Watch this drive, guys.
Oh, speaking of horse, I remember when here in South Dakota, a horse cannot enter the Fountain Inn unless it is wearing pants.
How would a horse wear pants, by the way? Would it be like just on the back legs, or would it be like covering its like?
Beats the crap out of me. I don't know, but in South Dakota, they cannot enter the Fountain Inn unless the horse is wearing pants.
Why don't you just say no horses?
It's
See,
South
Don't
Dakota.
ask me.
But
This
now
is-
I want to
this
get
is
a
South
horse.
We don't
wearing
hate
pants.
horses. We just want them to be appropriate, Tim.
Yeah. Here, this one's for Dan. Montana, no frolfing at night.
What's the fun in that?
It's Montana. There's
And so you don't
nothing
get
else to
eaten
do.
by a grizzly.
There's no one there.
Oh, speaking
Grizzly
of
bears.
grizzly bears,
Who could beat up an ape.
You
in
keep saying
Louisiana,
this. I don't know,
bear
man.
wrestling is illegal.
How many bears
Which
are
state
there in
again?
Louisiana?
Louisiana.
There's black bears, I think.
I say there might be
I
black
think
bears
so.
in the northern
That's
part,
it.
but
I don't think there's
don't
brown
think-
bears. That's too far
No,
south.
no.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
probably
way, like-
black bears. That's it.
has
Black
to be.
bears are
Because you're totally going to go and
the
wrestle
weak
bears.
little brothers.
You never know.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, they'd still kill you, but
This one goes with one that was in the chat, but it's New Jersey where you cannot pump your own gas.
That's a thing in Oregon as well.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, Oregon just switched to that.
Yeah, you cannot pump your own gas in Oregon or New Jersey because it's like some stupid thing. Hey, the government needs to create jobs, so here we're gonna have you pay someone to pump your gas for you.
Well, that's what they did back in the day. So.
Stupid.
Mm.
Just
it was
get
a
up and pump
service
your own
industry,
gas.
though. That's
Yeah.
why. It's not for stupid
saying.
reasons.
Yeah. Now it's there's another one, Tim.
There's no jobs. There's plenty of jobs. People just don't want to work.
Exactly. He
Why is
said
that?
there was
Because the
Well-
government caused it. Sorry.
Yeah, but
And-
part of that is also because it's more profitable not to work in some places.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
welfare
Government's
is
dumb.
And I mean,
another
also with Oregon, you cannot throw human waste.
it's true.
You can't work there,
I
Nick.
can't, yeah,
Yeah,
that would be.
sorry, Nick.
Looks like I'm out of job there.
Do you want to explain what you do so people aren't just thinking that you play with feces all day?
Do you-
That's
I,
kinda what you
I
do.
Do you
count
count
turds. I count
turds
turds
there,
all day.
Nick?
No, I don't.
Turd counter.
I work at a wastewater treatment facility here in Esterville. So, just cleaning up your nasty poo water that you flush down your toilets.
That's such a crappy job.
You make the world go round, man.
Honestly,
If we didn't have you,
Yeah.
we would all die.
yeah, pretty much. Like in class, I think I was
Thank
like
you,
a
Nick.
terrorist threat. Like my work is a terrorist threat, pretty much.
Oh, so
like
you're-
a,
you're
like
one of
a,
the 16
a watch,
things
a
that
watch
Biden
thing
gave
for
me.
terrorists, right?
Yeah, we got.
If you want to
a bunch of stuff.
destabilize a country, you take out crazy stuff like that, like your
I wasn't gonna
wastewater
say it.
treatment facilities, where your country will just
Yep,
literally
just
go
die.
downhill and die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
South Carolina, you must be 18 to play pinball.
Yep. Or in North Dakota, or not North Dakota, it's North Carolina. That was supposed to fall right off what you're saying there. It's actually illegal to sing off key.
Oh,
Well, good thing I'm not
There
there.
goes Tokyo.
Because you can always control that.
Yeah.
Some people can't.
So what if someone has like a they're like deaf or something? So isn't that like
Or tone deaf.
Oh, say,
yeah they're
can
tone
you
deaf or
see?
something?
Hey,
Isn't that like
we're not in North Carolina.
prejudice
Okay.
against disabilities?
I was gonna say like there are
Like
people
you
like,
can't do that.
yeah.
You definitely get sued.
Back to Washington
Straight to
State. Back to Washington State, and your dad wouldn't like. Actually, your dad would probably be in favor of this one. No Sasquatch poaching.
How dare you? You're dang right.
I mean, you don't want to poach Sasquatch. I mean, your dad likes Sasquatch, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
You're
actually
gonna
my
find
nickname
it
in high
someday.
school.
You say that about like a lot of things. You know
When you're
that, right?
squatching, you better do it within the bounds of rules.
All right.
No poaching.
Hey, gentlemen, for those of us that are over on this side of the room, not you, Tim, do you know in Missouri there is actually a $1 annual tax for being single between the ages of 21 and 50?
God dang it, I'm broke.
Thank you,
It's
Liz.
messed up. Pretty sure it's illegal.
Oh,
Pretty sure I'm screwed.
not in Missouri apparently.
So
Apparently
what-
it's
what was
a
that
law
again?
If you are between the ages of 21 and 50 in the state of Missouri and you are a male that is not married, you have to pay a $1 annual tax.
Sick. I'm gonna buy a candy bar.
I'm fairly sure that's like an illegal law.
And
I think half of these are
most
illegal
of these dumb
laws.
ones
Probably.
have no place actually.
Illegal law. That's an
know.
oxymoron.
Right? Pretty moronic, huh, Tim?
Man, there's no.
I'll throw one more favorite off my list here.
Okay.
Before I just leave it all to you guys. In New York, the penalty for jumping off a building is death.
What if it's a really short building?
Yeah.
No.
What classifies as a building?
Man, if you do parkour,
I
holy
know, right?
crap.
In
Parkour.
New York,
Those
the
guys are
penalty for jumping off a building, just a building.
store.
It
If
doesn't
you ever watch
define
this,
the
don't
height.
go to New York, guys.
That makes me want to go to New York and do parkour.
I want to just jump off a building. Let's find a little one and I'll just jump off.
Except you'd be Andy with the fridge box.
Parkour.
Gator! Parkour! No, so that reminds me, I saw a video someone shared on Facebook. It was like police officer gets philosophical, and some guy was doing parkour. He's jumping from building to building, and the police officer's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy goes, "Parkour." The police officer just goes, "Why?" And so,
Enjoy it.
it was like police officer gets philosophical. I don't know, it made me laugh a little bit, but I don't know. That makes me want to go try to do parkour
I wish we
In
could do
New York.
parkour.
in New York. Yes, I got family there. I could go stay with them, and then I could do parkour. Hardcore
And then you
parkour.
get put to death.
And that's the end goal, anyways, right?
I don't know about
What
that.
would be your last meal?
Chicken wing.
Hey, full circle.
There we go, man.
We've come full circle.
We kind of have, yeah.
So on that, we're
His last meal
We're running-
before he's executed in death row is chicken wings. Why are you on death row? I jumped off a building.
I
in
did
New York.
parkour.
While eating chicken wings.
I jumped off a doghouse.
hey, that's a building.
That's
Small
what I'm
one.
saying, like, that's why I'm like, what constitutes as a building? Like, does it need its own address? And if it has an address, then it counts?
Is there
Or
any specifics?
like a shelter house in a park or something? Like, just something
Like, can we
short.
do this?
No.
Actually, I want to do this. Like, we'll videotape you jumping or something, and then we'll turn you into the police.
Let's do it. Actually,
just
I'm
see
so
what
down.
happens.
I am so down for
No,
this.
and
Now, is it
is
New York
it-
City or state?
Off the top of a building or like out of a building? Like,
It says off a building.
so it has to
We
be on
find
top.
a really
So on
small
top.
building.
Yeah.
You jump off. We'll have some like padding on the bottom. You know, one of those
Not
blow
even,
up
no,
things.
it doesn't even need to be big enough to get padding. Like a doghouse or a really short. So like you get a.
Let's go legit. Let's say like actual business. So like a one-story business or something.
Okay, I was gonna say like an A-frame house or something where you can technically like the-
Literally, let's just turn you in and see what happens.
where the roof ends like 4 feet from the ground. Be like, well, I jumped off a house. I mean, that's a building.
You're exactly. So you see, sometimes laws just don't put enough stipulations on there to make it realistic. Like sometimes they leave it too open, and some of them
Just
don't
like
leave it
the
open
whale.
enough.
And worst case scenario, we have a second of silence next week for Jordan.
True.
Wait, so what building in New York did John jump off of?
No, he looked at moose outside of a plane in Alaska.
In Alaska. Okay.
Yeah.
that makes
Gotcha,
sense.
gotcha.
Or he shot a thing that wasn't a whale in Tennessee. No, so
From a moving truck.
I am 100% down.
I really want someone to do this.
I
Oh,
think
by
that,
the way, the
Can
law
that be a
specifically
series?
says
A series
truck.
on huge media
For the driving.
testing weird state laws.
yeah, I want to do this.
Let's do
I
it.
We should
actually
do this.
I really do want to like get a couple of us. We can go out to New York, and just do this, but record it, and then walk up to a cop and be like, "Hey, sir, thank you for what you do, but I need to turn myself in. I just want you to know I jumped off of a building and I have video proof." He'd be like, "I'm sorry, what was that?" Be like, "You have to kill me now.
And then
Sir, take out your weapon. Do it now.
you are the judge, the jury, and the executioner right here, right now."
Here's all the evidence you need. Proof and point. We even have witnesses.
The law has determined this man does not deserve life.
this is my
Please,
friend
please end it
Weston.
now.
He's going to be representing the defense against me in court.
No court.
I-
Just
Do it
execution.
right now.
I have my chicken
I already
wings. I'm
deserve
ready.
Death. But please, before this happens, can I have some chicken wings?
I gotta ask, this is a serious question. We're on episode 6 now. How many episodes have ended because we were talking about me dying? Is it I think it's every one.
I don't know.
I don't know about
Okay,
everyone.
but for sure 3 of them. This one, the one where you guys said you're gonna use my head as a soccer ball.
Yeah.
That was Tim.
That was Tim.
That's why I said you guys.
I
you're
mean,
part
you
of
guys
this.
didn't disagree. We need recreation.
You're not wrong.
I was being logical about it. Okay, you can't fault me for that. That's your question.
Nick would play goalie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just because he takes up the most room in the net doesn't mean he has to be the goalie.
Wow.
Looks like I'm not coming back on this podcast.
Oh,
again.
whatever, Nick.
Nick, exit Nick.
Hey,
He just leaves.
Thank you all.
a very large
it was a
lady is
great
only
time.
called one of us huge, Jordan.
That's true. That's true. She was not a tiny woman. She missed 3
But
feet over here.
apparently you were huge.
I love you, Nick.
You are the one we named the media after.
That's true.
Huge.
That's true.
That's true.
Huge.
That's because people wanted me to call it Huge Man Media. I'm like, but what if we get a female host someday? Like that just that wouldn't make sense.
Well, that would imply you met a woman.
I'm sorry, but you're forever under that state tax law if you go to Missouri. Or at least until you're 50.